Who's all going in? You. Okay. Brett, you want to go in?
Okay.
Are we all going in? The more people, the hotter it is. So, I think we've got it up to about, where are we at? About 85, 90, somewhere in there?
Yeah, 90. You know, Dominique, when you look at the conditions here, and I've toured many of our prisons, as you know, the higher you go, some of our prison locations, the units, are 4 stories.
Yeah.
And so when you get up to the 4th story, that's like, you know, a death sentence. It's so hot. It's so unbearable. Now, it's unbearable on this first level, but the higher you go, the hotter it gets. And as you said, you know, it's not as though it's going to get cooler.
Right.
You know, our temperatures are getting more extreme. It's getting colder and it's getting hotter. And that's the fact of life right now for our environment. Now, for people like me who have suffered with asthma all my life, it's even, you know, this heat exacerbates your respiratory issues, you know, and so I think, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we can't afford to play this game of Russian roulette with people's lives, and I hope and pray that this session, whether it's HB 357, which is the bill that Representative Leach and I have joined Arthur together, Representative Jeff Leach out of Plano, or it's the bills that have been filed by other members, we've got to do something. Now, my bill calls for something to be done much sooner than later. I don't think we can afford to wait any longer, and you've heard me say this before. I mean, Jesus says in Matthew 25, verse 35 through 45, that when he comes back, the first thing he's going to say, and not when he gets, you know, later on, but this is the first thing he says: when I was hungry, you fed me; when I was thirsty, you gave me drink; when I was sick, you visited me; when I was naked, you clothed me; and then he says, when I was in prison, you visited me. Well, we know that the prisons and the conditions of the prisons, how we treat prisoners, are a top priority to the one we say is the Savior of the world. How can we not make this a legislative priority? How can we not make our priorities comport with His will by making sure that we invest in air conditioning for the housing unit? We have it everywhere else on the prison campus. We have it in the cafeteria, we have it in the chapels, we have it in the warden's office, but we do not have it in the housing units.
They just, come on out. We're past our 7 minutes. We did our 7 minutes.
Okay, what's this letter?
Oh, that is one of our volunteers, Sloan, there. Malik got out, but I guess he's back in, and she did the letter, and it just kind of to demonstrate what their cells look like. Even though technically they can get written up for putting it on the wall like that. But they have their letters, their pictures that are important to them, their artwork.
They can get written up for putting a letter on the wall?
On the wall, yeah. That's
Why?
not where you're supposed to put it. It's against policy. It's against the handbook.
Can they get written up for putting pictures on?
Yeah. Yeah, there's only certain areas that you're allowed to put your pictures. Like if you hang your clothes out to dry, you're not technically supposed to have a whole clotheslines. You can get written up for that too as well. Yeah. Whew. Let's get you out of here. Let's get you out of here and dinner. Doesn't that cool air feel good then when you come out there? So let's walk over to the water.
Yeah.